the way, Johnny also launched a podcast called Glory Days. Johnny, thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys.
All right, so before we talk football and a bunch of other things, I do want to talk about your partnership you got going on with Sling TV.
Yeah, listen, this is unbelievable for people that are fans of college football. Day pass, weekend pass, week pass, whatever you want. Starts at $4.99. You hop on, click a button, get to watch SEC football, ACC football, whatever you want to watch. You want to watch any game, whatever it is. They've made it really easy, really just no strings attached, easy access. I think for me, being a fan of the SEC, wanting to watch the games, wanting to see these quarterbacks play, it doesn't get any better.
Absolutely. And it's great to see the partnerships and business moves that you're making, Johnny. But I'm curious, looking back on your explosion into the college sports scene as Johnny football was introduced to the world, and Baker mentioned the accolades, the historic first Heisman as a freshman, all the different things you were able to accomplish. I'm curious of the help you received during that time in comparison to maybe now. NIL has definitely changed a lot. But what was that like when you look at the support you got as a freshman moving along in your career compared to what college athletes get now?
Yeah, look, I think I got thrown into a situation that very few people in the college football world had ever had to deal with before. I think, us coming into the SEC, having the success we did, doing what we did in that season, me on the personal side of what I did at the quarterback position, nobody could have been prepared for what was next, what was going to happen. Now, there are stories like mine and others out there to be able to learn from, to be able to put some safeguards in place for young athletes and young men that are, getting a lot of money and a lot of fame and a lot of things that come along with what the NIL world has brought. The one thing that I can hope for is that the universities are more dialed in and detailed in protecting the student athletes and teaching them and educating them. And hopefully, the guys are paying attention.
Well, I mean, Johnny, you would have made clearly tons of money if NIL was available during your time at Texas A&M. I mean, there's rumors and reports that Arch Manning at Texas could command anywhere between $8 to $10 million in NIL money. I'm curious if you ever thought about how much you would have made if this was available to you.
I'm still sitting here one of these days. I think A&M will, slide me a check under the table or something, and all will be right. But it's. I think a lot about the Quinn Ewers situation too, with him going to the draft with, an opportunity to maybe transfer to another school and go make, a lot of money. I think the way the landscape is now, it really gives you the opportunity to not have to rush to get to the NFL and be able to test your market throughout any school in the country.
All right, as an Aggie, I have to ask, as the college landscape continues to change with conference realignment, especially looking at the SEC specifically, what are your thoughts on the direction of college football around conference realignment?
Yeah, I think we're going to get to a point where you're going to have some mega conferences. You're going to get, more teams kind of brought together in certain parts of the country, and have a lot more teams in certain conferences. I think that's the direction that we're probably heading. It's weird, being from the time of me growing up and watching football my first couple years in school. I loved the Big 12, the SEC, the Pac-12, the way that it was set up originally. And all that's kind of out the window now.
And of course, I mentioned your podcast at the top. By the way, you're also on Fox's Special Forces, and the group of people that you're in this with is pretty interesting, at least from the athlete perspective. I mean, you have Randall Cobb, Eric Decker, Andrew East is in there. You have former Olympic gymnast Shawn Johnson. I mean, obviously, I know you filmed this already, but how did you stack up against them?
Yeah, my dog Swaggy P too. Love Nick.
Yes.
Love Nick Young. It's a tough situation to go on that show. You are really in the thick of it, and they test every single ounce of your mental capacity, your physical, everything. So, I am thankful for each and every person that was on that show. Thankful for the staff. Thankful for the opportunity from Fox. I think people will be really interested, and they'll have some funny moments for sure when it comes out.
Well, you're no stranger to being around a great group of people. We've seen you recently photographed with Tyrese Halliburton, Kevin Durant. We saw you on concert with Drake. You're repping OVO right now as we even have this conversation. As you've been so business savvy, how have these types of personalities and being around them helped you continue to elevate on the business side as well?
Yeah, I think for me, it's just like I enjoy being around amazing people. And I think my relationship with Drake has put me in a position to make amazing friends, people who have nothing but the purest intentions in their heart, move the right way, treat people the right way. Kevin Durant, for example, from the time that I met that guy in 2013 or 14, um, what a dude. Like, what an absolute, I brought my friends on this tour a little bit too. And I'll go walk around somewhere and I'll come back at the end of the night and we'll be in the hotel. And my boy, who's just the guy from Scottsdale, just one of my great homies, will be like, me and KD just had the greatest talk ever. I love that guy so much. And that's what you get every time. I'm at dinner last night. I see Tyrese Halliburton. I'm like, man, I have to go up and show this guy some love, try and give him a little bit of inspiration to keep going and being great and fight through this adversity that life is throwing to him these days. Had an amazing talk. So I'm in a place right now in life where I'm buzzing. Things are moving the right way. I'm happy. I'm healthy. I'm surrounded by amazing people that love me. And, my family's great. Life is good. So no complaints. I'm a blessed individual no matter what.
Before Baker wraps us up here, it just feels like as someone that's overcome so much, you can feel this positivity you're beaming with, that you're like a guy's guy. You're just uplifting everyone around you. So got to give you your flowers on that one, Johnny.
Thank you. I'm definitely for the boys. I'm definitely trying to move in a positive light and in the right direction and, make the most out of life. We only get one time on this earth. So, live it up, treat people right, live life the right way. Not every day is going to be the best. You're going to make some mistakes, but going through those and continue to keep on is what life's all about. So, had the highs, had the lows, everything in between. But at the end of the day, we keep going.
Amen. So well said. Johnny Manziel, thank you so much for joining us here on Front Office Sports today.
Yeah, thank you guys. Have an amazing day.